Hey guys, Mike Chavez here. It is jerky making time in my house. I've been putting this off for a while, but it's time to do it. But what I got, this is a whole eye of round. I have 4 of them, about 6 pounds a piece, 6 to 8 pounds a piece. I'm gonna have to trim them up and get them stripped up, get them on the cure, and then tomorrow I'll be putting them on the smoker. So stand by and I'll kind of go through the process a little bit. Alright, first thing's got to happen, I got to get all this fat trimmed off. There's a little bit of silver skin, and then I'll show you how I cut the strips. Alright, got the initial trimming done on these pieces. So you want to get as much fat and silver skin off as you can. I mean, there's going to be a little some on there, because what happens in the finished product, fat will get rancid, and then the silver skin, of course, is kind of tough. So got 3 more to trim up like this, and then I'll start slicing them for jerky. Alright, I finally got all this meat trimmed up. So now I got this jerky board. This is nothing but a board with high sides or sides that are raised up. Lay the meat in there. Got this slicer that came with it, jerky knife. Make sure your knife is wet. Rub it along the meat. Hold it down. Make sure you press down on the knife so it stays on the edges. And you end up with a nice slab. And you take your slab, lay it down. Now, you might notice we go with the grain. Jerky, real jerky is made with the grain. So you come up, slice, another slice, and there you go. Nice strips. So just remember, this is a handmade product, so it's not going to be uniform at all. It's going to be really good though. Yes, indeed. Now that meat's ready to get in the cure. Alright, so once I get this all sliced up, I'll show you what I do for the cure. Alright, next step in this process, got the strips all cut up. So we're going to bag them, just the raw strips. Need 3 pounds in each bag. Let's see what we got here. And the reason we need 3 pounds is because when I make up my cure, I can make it for a 3-pound batch. See if I can find a small one. Here we go. Boom, 3 pounds right there. And you can see that. Like, alright. So I'm going to get all these in 3-pound bags and then show you the rest of the process. Alright then, so I got 7 3-pound bags of beef strips. So I have my jerky chart here for whole muscle jerky for a 3-pound bag. I've got seasoning here. It's a commercial seasoning, a commercial cure. I've got some turbinado sugar. Got some freshly ground black pepper I just ground up. A little bit of granulated garlic for a little extra, and just a touch of cayenne pepper. I don't put too much cayenne in there because folks don't like it too hot. So for 3 pounds of meat, cure 2 tablespoons of cure. So I got my tablespoon. Go in here, grab me 2 tablespoons of cure. Put it in my mixing bowl. Seasoning, 3 pounds, 1 tablespoon of seasoning. Nice and level. Plus 1.5 teaspoons. Switch it over. 1. And 1/2 teaspoons of the seasoning. Now, to kick it up a notch, go ahead and put a teaspoon of my granulated garlic in there. Nice teaspoon of granulated garlic. I'm going to take this fresh, I just ground this black pepper. I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons of that in there. I'm going to take about a tablespoon of the turbinado sugar, and we'll go ahead and we'll just go with a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Look at that. Put it out there, 1/4 teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon cayenne. Alright. Put the lid on the bowl. Give it a nice mix. Shaky shake. Got a little shaker jar. I'll put it on a paper plate. Move that so you can see it, to catch the overspill. Alright, just dump it right in there. Then the paper plate caught the overspill. Alright. Put the shaker cap back on. That's enough cure and seasoning for 3 pounds of jerky. Or 3 pounds of raw meat. Alright, well, I'm going to do the same thing. Fill all these jars up. Got 7 jars plus this shaker. And we'll go to the next step. Alright, y'all, time to finish this curing process. So what I'm going to do is put these strips in a bowl. Take one of these containers of cure. Cover all the meat with it. Okay, I didn't put all the meat in that bowl quite yet. We need to get this on, all of it. Alright, now I'll dump the rest of it in there. Gotta mix this up really good. You can lay all the pieces out individually, but takes too long. This works just fine. Get it all on there. Whoop, escapee. Alright. Once you get it all in there, get both them hands in there. Get it mixed up really good. Want this cure on there nice and even. All right. Now we'll take, I like to lay it out on my hand. I like to just bunch it up back in the bag. All right. Once you get it back in the bag, seal it up and put it back in the fridge. Needs to cure for overnight, 12 to 24 hours. So this stuff will turn dark. It's already turning dark from when I put it in there. If you can see it, that cure works pretty quick. So, like I said, 12, 24 hours in the fridge, and tomorrow we'll take this out, put it on the racks, put it in the smoker. So, get back with you when we get there. Alright, got to do the rest of the bags. Alright, y'all, it's the next day. So I've got my electric smokers preheating outside, and I brought some of the racks in. What I'm going to do right now is put some non-stick spray on them, front and back. Now, here's the jerky that's been in the fridge curing all night. You remember what it looked like when I put it in the cure. See, it's a whole lot different looking now. It's got a lot deeper, a lot darker. So we're going to lay it out on these racks. Stretch it on out. Try to leave a little space in between if you can. Of course, we want to get as much jerky on here as we can, because remember, we got, what was it, 27 pounds of jerky. Put the short ones to the bottom, stretch the longer ones out. See, it's all different shapes and sizes. Hand cut, handmade. It's not going to be uniform. Alright then, so I'm going to get all these racks loaded up, and then I'll be back with y'all. Next step will be to get it out on the smoker. Alright, so we're out here. I don't know if you can see this, but temp set at 280 right now. We just preheated it. So all I'm going to do is set the oven temp down That's timer, sorry. Oven temp. I need about 90 degrees. So we got our, open our vent up all the way up here, so we're nice and preheated. Hey, over there, see me over here? And we'll bring our jerky out. We want this to go about an hour with no smoke. I'll let this temperature drop. Let me open this door a little bit, get the temperature down. See, the idea is not to cook the jerky. The idea is to dry the jerky. Dry it and smoke it. So let me get this oven temp down a little bit. Then we'll bring our jerky out. Alright, y'all. Cooker's down to about 160. I think it's going to go below 120, but that's okay. So, the vent is wide open. So we'll put our racks in. No smoke. Got to try to dry it out, get the meat tacky for about an hour. What that's going to do is help the smoke stick to the meat. So there's 6 racks in. Then I'm going to take 6 more racks on top and slide them in, so I'll have 12 total racks there. Close it up. We'll come back in an hour and start putting smoke to it. As you can see, it's my Bradley smoker. These things are bad to the bone. Here's my old one here. I'm gonna put some jerky in there too. This is only a 4 rack. Got a lot of jerky to make. All right, y'all. Be back in a minute. All right, y'all. Putting the second racks in on top of the first racks. So basically, you just flip the rack over and lay jerky on top. All right, that's a lot of jerky. So that's a fully loaded Bradley smoker. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 racks. About an hour. Now what's going to happen once the smoke gets on here, I'm going to go about an hour and I got to rotate. Take the bottom one up and bring them down. Rotate and flip. So it's a real labor intensive process. So let's let that go. Top rack all the way open for now, or top vent all the way open for now. Now I'll load the other smoker, and we'll get back with you. All right, jerky's been on for about an hour. Time to add the wood. These are the Bradley apple. They call them biscuits. Good stuff right here. So we'll feed the hopper. Make sure they're laying flat. That's a lot of jerky, so I'm going to put a lot of smoke on them. Apple's pretty mild, but it puts a really good flavor on it. Alright, now I got these little rings here you might have been wondering about why they're laying here. What this does, it pushes the last of the biscuits out so you don't leave one on the burner. So what I want to do now is advance a biscuit. It's got a little slide, slides back, drops it, and pushes it in. If you look in here, that'll bring it out to the burner. Boom. So what'll happen is this one here will burn for 20 minutes. And then it'll automatically advance and push that down. There's a little pan of water here to put it out. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna close my vent a little bit, leave it cracked about a half a finger width, so it gets the smoke on there good. All right. So we're ready to go. 9 hours on the timer. It's going to take longer than that. So I'm going to go another hour, rotate the racks, go another hour, rotate the racks, and then let me see, I'm going to actually set the oven temperature up to about 140, 150, 160. Let me go ahead and do that timer, max the timer out. All right, that should do it. So I'm gonna come back in an hour, rotate the racks. All right, guys. Stuff's been in the smoke for an hour. So time to rotate the racks. My favorite part. All right. See, the ones on the bottom are starting to get some color. Yep, turn them, bring them out, rotate them around, bring them out, rotate them around, bring them out, rotate them around. And the one that was on the bottom is now on the top. Might need to open that vent a little more. It's awful wet in there. All right. Let's see. Let me open this a teeny bit more. All right. Good deal. All right. Come back in another hour. Do it again. All right, y'all. New Year's Eve. I don't know if you heard that. Anyway, I've taken some off. So now I'm coming in. They don't all get done at the same time. You gotta come kind of look at them. Oh, that's nice. And put them in the pan. Let me stick my pan over here. There we go. Come on in. Take a look. Just gotta kind of take out the done ones. Yep, they've still got a ways to go there. Try to get, so we still got a double rack on that one. We want to get them kind of separated here if we can. Get them on a single rack. There we go. Get rid of this rack. Oh, excuse me. Let me see, let me bring this down. Whoop, don't lose it. Look at that. Let's see from the other side. Can you see that? Looks good. I cut these pretty thick, so it's going to take a while. Anyway, got a few there. Alright, y'all, I don't know if you can see this good. Some finished product. Very nice. Let's see if you can see this. I might have to re-record this in the daytime. So I ended up with 3 full pans. I haven't weighed it yet. And a partial pan, and I still have a piece of a bag in the refrigerator. I'll put that out there tomorrow. So my crew at work, I owe them a Christmas present. And so this most of this is going to them. But anyway, not that hard to do. Just a lot of time, 2 full days to make jerky. Sometimes more. Alright, y'all. Hope you enjoyed it. Got any questions? Give me a holler. Been doing this for a while. Bicycle.